Welcome to Chronic Combat Conversations, a live look at our best bets, picks, and predictions for every UFC event. With your hosts, TB Scouting MMA and
the Guru, back again with UFC Vegas 109. We've got a middleweight main event between Roman, the Caucasian Dolidze, taking on Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Should absolutely be an interesting matchup. Probably grappling. Very interested to see how it plays out. Last week, we made 10 units track, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you're checking us out. But before we can get into this banger of a card, I got somebody else for you guys to check out. Make sure you check out our guy, Finesse the Books. Go check him out over on Twitter. Go get his plays on goldboys.com. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Thanks so much for being here.
What's going on, boys? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Sounds like you guys are coming off a good week too. So am I. So let's keep it going. And yeah, I appreciate you guys for having me. I'm excited to be on, and yeah, let's talk some fights.
Listen, anybody that's a friend of Lou Betya is a friend of ours. So very happy to have you on. And hey, listen, guys, this is a short notice appearance for this gentleman. So he cut the weight like a professional, and he's here to get the double check, right? Not just the one check. He's coming for the win bonus too.
Let's go. I love it. Shout out to all you amazing people in the chat so far. Don't mind the graphic. We're definitely live every Thursday at 8 Eastern. Definitely not TB's fault. Going on vacation starting tomorrow. Sorry, Guru. I'll see you for the pay-per-view. And hell yeah, number one, Daz, you've been here from the beginning. The Caucasian, yes, go to his Tapology. Check it out. We bringing facts to the table. Yes, I guess so. And then, yeah, here we go. Absolutely a great guest. And like Guru said, shout out to Lou Betya. Definitely great friend of the show. Hope you're doing well, my man. And if you're listening, you know what to do, especially after the fights last week. We really definitely missed you for that. But all right, without further ado, if you've done the right thing, that means you've liked to the video, you've subscribed to the channel if you haven't already. And if you're really crazy, listen, I get it. In this economy, it could be difficult. But maybe you donate to the boys, coming off a 10-unit winning week. We've been giving out some good ideas. We named the Make the Bookies Pay parlay after a generous donor, Make the Bookies Pay. And then also we had the John Newquist Dog of the Week. I think that was Renier de Ritter that hit that week. So, yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and take care of the boys, you'd be an absolute goat. But without further ado, what you guys came for, we are live. It is Roman, the Caucasian Dolidze. I think the UFC wiped it because it's not in his UFC stats. Pre-UFC and early career, he was definitely the Caucasian. I don't know. Maybe Colby got them to change their mind, but he is from the Caucasus region of Georgia. So, of that part of like Europe, Eurasia, So shout out to the Caucasian, Roman Dolidze. He's got a nice hairy chest. He's going against Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, minus 355. Whew. All right. So, yeah, this is going to be Guru's already going to be mad at me, but this is the TB live bet of the week. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, I have a tough time seeing him successful with control time, like top position. He might get some takedowns early, but Roman's very hard to control, and he's a crazy scrambler. Round one could be difficult. Maybe Fluffy eats some damage, some body kicks, some knees. Things that he has a tendency to do early in the fight. I'm looking to jump in some point in round one. If we can get anywhere in the minus 200 or lower range, it's Fluffy time from a money line perspective. But say we don't want to wait until that time. I think Dolidze is an absolutely brute of a fighter, and he's got potential, to get one of these early finishes that have plagued Fluffy. It's just the guy's given up the drinking. He's really committed to the game. He can now eat body shots without crumbling. You go back and look at the Maluka fight, and then you look at the Kevin Holland fight. It's body shots that lead to his demise. Then he goes and eats huge body shots from Roman Kopylov, from Edmund Shabazian, and then also, a couple other fights mixed in there. And Fluffy, he withstands it. Michel Pereira digging those mule of a front kick to the body. He's able to withstand those now. And I think Roman can have some early success. I think he can scramble, get into some interesting positions. Not for 5 rounds. Not for 5 rounds. And yeah, I say it because for his weight class, he's a crazy scrambler. It almost does look like he can pull off some type of like contortion maneuvers like flyweights can for his body type. It might be slow, it might be a little clunky, but boy, is it effective. So plus 280, it's tempting. He's got all the finishing upside or some of the finishing upside, but Fluffy is just going to cook as this thing goes on. Fluffy, 3+ takedowns, over 2.5 rounds or over 9.5 minutes. If you can get that same game parlay action cooking, that's something I'm super interested in. So I'm going to be.
It's going to be it's going to be available now on DraftKings. So why don't you pull it up?
I'm going right now.
Look at this guy. You got a handsome haircut. Look at this guy.
I'm doing my thing, man. I'm getting ready to go away, have some fun, have some bets ready to go. So let's see if we're going over 9.5 minutes. Fluffy Hernandez, and then we're gonna go with. Do we have the takedown props? Let's see. Dang, not quite yet. So we're still waiting, but that gets you to -145. Add 2 or 3+ takedowns. You're at plus money before the fight starts. And that's Fluffy's win condition. He's going to need a few takedowns. It'll probably take 10 minutes or more if you're going to finish Roman, but you don't need the whole 25. You don't need to sweat it. You also don't need a finish. That's my idea. Guru?
I don't necessarily see a finish coming on the Fluffy Hernandez side when I really think about it. And as I continue to think about it, Dolidze is tough as shit. And just the idea of Dolidze by sub at plus 1,200 is fucking hilarious because the opportunities are going to be there. And yeah, I mean, Fluffy Hernandez should get it done. He should have volume wrestling, right? But Dolidze, the price is so blown out. The price actually doesn't make sense. You really almost have to hold your nose and bet Dolidze. Like it just is really too steep. Like the prop I wanted to play and give out that I have written here, which is still playable, is 4-5 decision Fluffy Hernandez at plus 105. But that's still like, it's just not great. So when you look at the method of victory for Hernandez, it's plus 210 for points and plus 220 for submission. They don't know. The bookies aren't sure. I really do lean decision. I mean, you're fighting a guy like Nasruddin Imavov. I mean, I know he had him rocked and hurt in that fight, but the truth is the truth. He survives and the fight continues, right? So he's somebody that's really tough to finish. But at the same time, look who he's fought. Look at his 3-fight win streak. It's Marvin Vettori when he's washed in a rematch. Kevin Holland, who's liable to quit, and this is at 185 where he doesn't belong. And Anthony Smith, who's was 2 fights away from being on the desk. Actually, he was on the desk already, right? Fending off home invaders. So none of it, his most impressive win in his entire career, it was the Jack Hermanson win, where he kind of catches him in that fluke calf slice.
I don't know. That shit was sick, though.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it was.
You know how to do it, bro. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it just to end up there is so wild. I don't know that fight plays out that way that often. I feel like it goes to the decision more often than not. Either, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm torn. I really am torn between playing the prop I want to play, which is the 4-5 decision and an Anthony Hernandez decision, and like just holding my nose and betting the dog. Probably means I should just pass. But
probably. That's why I had to go cooking extra heavy. But the real question.
Exactly. Is I need to hear what Finesse the Bookies has to say. That's the real question.
Yeah, I mean, I like Roman. I played it the pussy way. You know, I don't like these spreads and shit like that. I very, very rarely play them. But I mean, they're giving us plus 9.5 on Roman is plus 120. So I think this is a ton of value in that number. Obviously, you know, the books that are offering that price are just putting a lot of equity into a fluffy finish. And I just don't agree. I think Guru said it. It's like how much I just have questions, right? Like how much finishing equity does Fluffy have? Obviously the style and the pressure. He want to break dudes, right? He's you know, in my opinion, this may be debatable, but you know, world class grappler and scrambler, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Just top of the top of echelon. But other than that, it's like where is he super elite? And now he's being priced and he's in the spot in the rankings where it's like now it's elite, now it's championship, now it's top 5, now it's top 10, and does Fluffy belong there? Is Fluffy a top 5 fighter in this division? I just don't know. I love Fluffy, man. How can you not love Fluffy? The style, always gonna fight for your money. Just so many dogs in his chest. That forward, pressing style, just trying to fucking break you. From the first to the fifth, just absolutely trying to break you. So I love fighters like that, man. How can you not love that style? But when we're talking skills and matchups and things like that, it's just how skilled is Fluffy. I think he's very elite at what he does. Very elite at what he does. But now, like I said, you're in that spot in the rankings where it's the cream of the crop. Roman Dolidze has been, top 10, top 5 guy perennially for a long fucking time. So now Fluffy's at that level where it's proven. Now you're being priced as if it's a foregone conclusion. He's being priced as if Roman's a bum, and Roman's not a bum. You know what I'm saying? I think Roman is going to be very dangerous early in this fight. I think Guru mentioned it too. Like, these scrambles and shit are going to be very interesting. You know what I'm saying? When Fluffy's fighting grapplers, like a Brandon Allen, right? I think that's a duty for twice. I think one on the regionals and then not too long ago. In both fights, he's in very bad positions. There's been a ton of fights where Fluffy's in very bad positions. And, kudos to him. Like I said, that relentless, that, ability to out-scramble guys and be 1-2 steps ahead of guys has, gotten him far and has won fights and shit like that. But, if Roman gets into these spots that other people have gotten into, and I'm assuming he can, I'm assuming he's going to get opportunities to, I think Roman's going to do serious fucking damage. His ground and pound is fucking nasty. He's not going to be looking to, be pretty and let me transition. He's going to be looking to pound your fucking face through the canvas. So I like that. I think, the early equity, finishing equity in this fight, I think most of that goes to Roman. A lot of people are talking about Roman's gas tank and this and that. Listen, the guy is not going to give up. Fluffy has, like, I was just looking at Fluffy's resume. Like, again, I don't want to take anything away from the man. You know what I'm saying? I think he's amazing. But Brendan Allen, Michelle Pereira, Roman Kopylov, who's like a tailor-made matchup for a guy like Fluffy, Edmund Shabazian, MAB. It's like, that's what I mean. It's just like, where do you rank Fluffy now? Because now he's taking the giant step up, and I don't, like, gun to my head, pure pick. Like, yeah, Fluffy probably outpaces him, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I get it. But we're getting a humongous price. And if you're telling me it could be 49, 46s across the board for Fluffy and I still win a plus 120 bet, I love that bet. And, Guru brought the sub prices up. Roman 1, 2, 3 sub is 18-1. Like Guru said, the opportunities are going to be there. I think Roman is going to get in some advantageous positions. I think obviously as the number dictates is probably unlikely. But I think if it does happen, it's early. I'm gonna sprinkle the money line for sure. I'm playing it the cower way, but I'm gonna sprinkle the money line, sprinkle on some Roman sub early. I think it's a great fight, and I think Roman can definitely, I think Roman got past, man. I think Roman can bank some early rounds and then kind of grit out some late rounds. I think Roman has finishing equity early, like I said. So, and we're getting a gigantic number. So I just think it's kind of crazy. I like Roman plus 9.5 money line sprinkle, 1, 2, 3 sub sprinkle.
It is interesting. I love that breakdown. Really, really interesting thoughts. I do wonder how high the ceiling is for Anthony Hernandez. At a certain point, I kind of thought he was could be the dark horse of the division. But it's funny about these rankings. You've got Roman Dolidze number 9, Anthony Hernandez number 10, and Brendan Allen number 11. So it's like, this doesn't really even do much for him. Above is Cannonier, Whitaker, Kaio, Renier de Ritter, Adesanya, Chimaev, Strickland, Imavov. Imavov is your number 1. And then
like I'm taking like 3, 4, 5 of those guys to beat Fluffy at this point. So that's what I'm saying. Like, where do you rank? Like, I think he's gonna wash a lot of dudes at that second level, like he has been doing. But now we in the big boy.
I mean, to your point, I think all of those guys beat Roman Dolidze.
I think Roman can beat like the Adesanyas of the world.
Wow.
I do.
Wow, that's probably a tough matchup for Izzy to that point, the grappling.
Yeah. It's a great fight, but I'll take. I think you might get a good price on Roman too in that matchup. So
I would take Izzy, I think, still.
Yeah, I think
How's it going?
ultimately, fringe top 5 and then turns into the elite level of like what do you call it? The guy, the gatekeeper. That's what Fluffy's ceiling is, I think. Like he gets to a round top 5 and then he just is like a holdover in the top 15 as a good gatekeeper until he hangs him up. Dolidze, this is getting towards last run territory. 37, cutting a lot more weight down to 185 than he used to at 205. Wonder how many more of these he's got if he takes a loss or two. Wonder if he moves up, decides to move on, enjoy his time with his, his new new child and all that stuff. So, all right, we're moving on before we get in trouble with Roman Dolidze. We've got Astro Boy, Jimmy Neutron, Steve Erceg, minus 575. Ode, the Jamaican sensation, Osbourne, plus 425. DraftKings did not care to post over-unders yet. Short notice matchup. If anybody wants to be so kind, dig into the Bet Online vibes, great. Ultimately, I think, Steve Erceg, it's your fight to lose, man. There's a couple ways you could lose it, but it's your fight to lose. Ode, he really does have some decent early finishing upside in every fight, and it's truly due to his explosive power and his sneaky submission equity. Like, he can throw up a triangle, he can go for an armbar, he can jump a ghillie, and he can land a 1-2 or a head kick potentially. It's just his defense has a ton of holes, and his cardio, not great. Erceg, it's tough to say. Is it a knockout? Is it a submission? Does he find a way to disappoint and win a decision? Does he find a way to disappoint at minus 575 and drop the ball here? I'm not sure I'm really trying to find out from a big layout perspective, but I think there's an outside chance I'll take a trip down to grandma's house. Erceg round 1. Ode's typically losing in round 1 when it happens. So we're going to dig into her grandma's couch cushions, find some spare change, and I'll be looking for like an Erceg super early finish. Also, like, do you hedge with like some Ode ridiculous round 1 props?
Absolutely not.
I got to go Erceg here. He's got to win this fight.
If you're not interested in Erceg, then play Ode round 1 and Ode by finish all day. But the truth is that I mean, they're gifting Steve Erceg. I mean, you don't want this guy that you just had fight for a title to be on a 4-fight losing streak. It just doesn't even look good on the promotion. So, after fighting top guys, I mean, probably the most disappointing performance of them all, I mean, is really truly the Cachoeira France one. But I mean, even Brandon Moreno, he just gets outpaced and outworked. His defense is still just poor, right? So here in this fight, well, again, that defense, of course, can still be a problem with a guy that does hit hard and has a reach advantage. Ode, I mean, again, you can't beat Ode Osbourne here. It might be time to hang him up, bud. So minus 575. This is a get right spot, and he will get it done. But to TB's point, it's been bothering me all week. I have no fucking idea how he does it. He could knock him out. I'm not surprised. He could club and sub him. Okay, believe it. He outpaces him to a 3-round decision. Sounds about right. They're flyweights. So, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm not risking my money on it. I think I'm not even going to play Graham. I'm not even going to Grandma's couch cushion for this. I don't think. What I am going to do is I'm probably putting Steve Erceg in the make the bookies pay parlay this week. So I think he's leg 1 of that. So finesse the books, please tell me. Should he be in make the bookies pay parlay this week, or you like some props? What are we thinking?
Yeah, I mean, that's the major question. I don't think it doesn't take a fucking rocket science. He's minus 600, but it's just about when, how, where, you know what I'm saying? And that's where I don't really have many answers. I don't feel like. I think I agree. I think it could happen any way, any round. I don't know. It's tough for Steve to not be overrated at this point because they kind of try to put a rocket ship on his back, and now he's all of a sudden going from, who's the fucking bum? Sorry, I don't like the co-fighters bums. I'm not that guy. The David Dvoraks and the Alessandro Costas to now, you blink and he's fighting Pantoja. So I get it. People trying to poke holes and things like that. And, I know he got knocked the fuck out by KKF and he got hurt a couple times by Brandon, but I think the durability, the defense is dog shit, but I think the durability and the recoverability is still just fine. I don't have any problems with that. I don't think Ode is a bum, like he's being priced, same as last fight. That's obviously a theme of this card, just very, very chalky size. And that's where the books have kind of just gotten better over the years. And, they're kind of pricing us out of a lot of shit. So it's harder to beat the bookies over the head, but Ode's dangerous early, as we all know that combination of the power and the speed and the explosiveness is very dangerous. And he could very well land his best punches, on Steve in round one. And maybe Steve touches the earth, maybe it's enough to sway the judges or something like that. But other than that, it's like, how much equity do you have? I think TB mentioned cardio being a slight red flag for Steve. I disagree completely.
Oh, no, for Ode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought I heard the other way. I was about to be like, yeah, I've seen
No, my bad.
I've seen him be a dog, for 25 minutes. So
with Pantoja, exactly.
Yeah, definitely a problem for Ode, and that's where like Steve can just so easily begin to roll downhill in rounds 2 and rounds 3 and find the finish. I would lean that way. I would lean Steve finding something in 2-3 as opposed to 1. I think it'll just be kind of an exciting round 1. A little bit of back and forth. Both guys maybe a little bit hesitant first minute and a half. So, maybe a Steve and fight to start round 2 or Steve 2-3 KO is, I think it's a pretty good price. Yes, plus 700. Like I could definitely see him wrapping some up on Ode. Ode, not a good grappler. He's very overconfident for some reason in the grappling, which allows him to get absolutely, owned in the grappling plenty of times. But I think that's the most likely path. Maybe a sub, and the books are onto it. So maybe a poke at 2-3 KO, 7-1, and Steve, late. Steve and fight to start round 2. Steve and over 1.5 type of situation. But I don't like the over 1.5 as much because I think it could easily come early round 2. So, Steve, I could put it together real quick. I don't want to waste too much time, but
I think the 2-3 sub. I think you're kind of right. I think it's probably Occam's razor, or maybe it's the 1-2 sub, like you said, TB, because he's getting finished in round 1. But when you look at it, right, Erceg with 6 career submission wins, Ode 4 submission losses. I don't know. Sometimes it's just like, it's not MMA math, but sometimes it's like Occam's razor, right? Like just simplest answers, simplest explanation is the answer.
Yeah, like Steve in fight to start round 2 is minus 160 on FanDuel. Like I don't hate it. Yeah, I don't hate it. So
no, I don't hate it.
All right, we're moving on.
Tough fight.
Can I take you on a magic carpet ride? We've got Iasmin Lucindo, no relation to Aladdin, versus Angela Overkill Hill, plus 164. Lucindo coming off of the Amanda Lemos loss. Angela Hill coming off of the split decision win over one Ketlin Souza. And seeing how the Ketlin Souza matchup went this week against Piera Rodriguez, it kind of gives me even more confidence on the Lucindo side. I think the physicality of Lemos was something very difficult for someone like Lucindo to deal with in the wrestling exchanges. Whereas Hill, she had the cardio 4 years ago to really put it on Lemos as the fight went on. These days, I don't really love what I'm seeing in the cardio department. The fact that Ketlin Souza has a winning round 3 against Angela Hill, I think Lucindo probably sees success way earlier than that, given that type of pace that she could put on. Hill's not going to come out, just get on top of Lucindo and hold her down for 7-8 minutes of the fight like Amanda Lemos. That's not happening. The thing about Lemos, she's so physically strong. She does have great offensive jiu-jitsu and wrestling. She just doesn't have, cardio over the distance. That's why round 3 gets a bit sketchy for her. So in this matchup, Angela Hill, she's going to have to deal with Lucindo being actually not that bad on the feet. And without Hill having an active takedown threat, or at least one with heavy top control time to worry about, Lucindo should be landing more volume than we saw, her last fight. It could probably mimic a little bit more of like the Jauregui fight type of output. Also, Lucindo, body lock, outside trips. She does things that don't require a lot of energy to get the fight to the mat. And when she was fighting Lemos, the threat of the reversal was much higher. She's the same size, and she's got the reach advantage on Hill here. So I got to take Lucindo we got a better price. Guru, any props you would on any analysis I didn't get? I'll swear I'll let you get the next one first.
That would have meant that I would have listened to your breakdown in the first place. No, I like Iasmin Lucindo here. We got nope.
It's the second show we've done together this week, and you didn't listen either time. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, no. We bet Lucindo minus 170, right, TB? Is that what we said?
We did. That's what I was waiting for you to get to. That's perfect.
We bet Lucindo money line minus 170. When does Iasmin Lucindo even have a reach advantage? Never. She's got one here, so she should be faster. She is. I think it's guys. Listen to this. This may be the biggest ever in UFC history. I'm very curious. It is a 17-year age difference between these fighters. That's unheard of. How, Sway? How? So I really like Iasmin here to get it done. I think Angela Hill is at the end of her rope, and I'm just not really sure what else she really has to offer. I mean, I bet on her versus Ketlin Souza, and I'm like, oh, why is this pick 'em with somebody who's terrible? And it was a fucking split, as it always is. Like, it's just gross. Iasmin Lucindo is much better than the probably soon-to-be unemployed Ketlin Souza. So give me Iasmin Lucindo. It's absolutely by decision because nobody finishes Angela Hill. But yeah, not betting that. I'm comfortable with my minus 170. You could probably parlay Lucindo if you really had to, but it's going the distance, and you know that these judges are fucking jerking off and picking their nose and scrolling TikTok or whatever. So it's definitely, I'm still like a little sketched just from that regard because I know it's going to the distance, but what can you do? This is the closest line fight of the entire fucking week. So do with that information what you will. Please, FTB. FTB and FTB. Tell me what's next.
I mostly agree. It's just like, how much WMMA action do I want? I'm interested in some fights later in the card, and it's like, I don't know. Iasmin at minus 200 against, split decision Merchant. It's like, do I want to endure that pain? Like, yes, everything you guys said makes 100% sense. I think Iasmin is way more physical. The takedowns, I think TB mentioned the body lock and shit. I think that's going to be there. Iasmin hits takedowns in every fight. Usually, I know people are going to, boast about Angela's 75% takedown defense and shit like that. But usually when chicks want to take her down, they're able to at least have some success on the mat. I don't think it's going to be any different with Iasmin. I agree. I do think it's by decision. It's just like, how much pain do I want to endure for one night? I think that'll make it 3 WMMA fights. I just don't, on a Saturday at 5 p.m., I don't know, I don't know if I'm in love with that. But yeah, maybe a Iasmin, when the takedown props come out on DraftKings, maybe a Iasmin and 1+ takedown or 2+ takedowns or something like that. I think it can easily be a situation where Iasmin, up against the cage, locks her hands against, behind her back, gets her down. Angela works up, gets her down again. Situations like that. So I'm interested to see where they open Iasmin, takedowns at. I'm interested in that. But yeah, I mostly agree. I just don't know if I'll have any action in this fight.
In hindsight, it could end up being the right thing to do, but damn it, I'm going for the magic carpet ride. So we'll see how it plays out. We're moving on.
You could be like Daz and be a magic carpet muncher.
Jeez, it's pretty hot. All right, Andre Fili, I think he's into that touchy feely. He could definitely be into those types of things. Versus C-Rod, Christian Rodriguez. Very interesting fight. Guru, may you?
I'm actually going to defer to our special guest. I want him to kick this off, if you don't mind. FTB, please. What do you think in this matchup?
Yeah, I'm a bad person to kick this one off because I have no fucking idea. I truly think the sharp side, bro, is Fili. And that just sounds like blasphemy coming out my mouth. I just think it's a touch wide, if anything. But, Fili, even at this price, is just, how do you? I just can't trust him, man. I just can't trust him. You know, a lot of people are going to talk about, you know, I think it was his last fight or whatever, where he's just like, here, please take my neck. I want to go home, you know, but it's just not an isolated incident. This has been going on for centuries, you know. Probably the whole Fili bloodline is just doing dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? And just low fight IQ. Probably the whole bloodline got low fight IQ, you know what I'm saying? I just can't. So I know it's a big price, and I do think he's going to have some success. And I feel the same way about C-Rod. C-Rod at this price, I just don't. This is not where I want to be playing C-Rod. I want to be playing C-Rod, maybe slight favorite, dog money, this and that. You know, a lot's being made of, oh, he loses to veterans and beats prospects. Like, yeah, I guess, you know, but I think a lot of that is just noise. You know, I think this is a winnable matchup for C-Rod. A gun on my head, I do pick C-Rod. I don't know. Where is Fili's durability at? It's definitely on a decline, in my opinion, but where is it at right now? Some fights it looks better than other fights. C-Rod, obviously not the biggest, you know, power puncher by any means, but I think C-Rod can just kind of do what C-Rod does, you know, touch him up with the jab, you know, be on the front foot a bit more, chase Fili around, get him up against the cage, have some grappling success, and win a decision, you know, question mark. You know, I don't really fucking know. Like, C-Rod decision is plus 120. It's like, okay, I guess, you know, I'm not jumping up and down, you know, at that. So I really don't know. I don't have any action yet. I don't know if I will. Probably just a pass fight for me and just enjoy it.
I kind of love what you said about Fili being the sharp side, because that is where TB and I do end up. I feel like C-Rod is at kind of maybe the wrong weight class here, right? Like this, he really belongs at 135, and here he is at 145 against a veteran in Andre Fili, who I stupidly picked, I believe, versus Melky Costa. But and again, maybe you might want to, you know, chastise me this for whatever, but I feel like Andre Fili's grappling is underrated. I don't know what happened in that last fight. I don't know if it's like the whole you know, the baseball pitchers all getting fucking flagged for the gambling shit because of their terrible pitches. Like, I don't know if he took a dive. I don't know if because he was in his hometown of Seattle, like he just like bailed on the whole situation. But maybe he literally and figuratively choked. So like I'm just not sure. But Andre Fili's also a type of guy that's just been alternating wins and losses for a long time. He's due for a win. Like you said, FTB, you don't want to play Christian Rodriguez as a favorite, and certainly not this heavy of a favorite. TB, give me the anthropomorphic advantages for Andre Fili here, because I just think at plus 210, plus 200, the line is wide, and I don't necessarily see C-Rod finishing him. And I honestly, maybe I'm crazy, is Andre Fili not the better striker? So, TB, what do we think here?
All right, let's have a chronic comeback conversation. These are good questions that you bring to the table. And let me help bring this conversation along. So, C-Rod giving up 3 inches of reach, giving up 4 inches of height, and that's where he runs into trouble at 145. If there was a mythical 140 division, he'd probably be primed to take over. But there isn't.
The striking stats are overwhelmingly in the favor of C-Rod, which is very surprising. But there's a level. No,
it's not, because who does C-Rod rack up his stats against?
Well, that since you cut me off, as I was saying.
Oh, you cut me off first, so I paid back.
No. But even though the striking stats do seemingly are in favor of C-Rod, the truth is it's a level of competition thing. And it's also, when you look at the time spent at distance, C-Rod is only spending 34% of his time at distance, which is 1/3, and Fili's spending 2/3 of his time at distance, fighting much higher levels of competition. So from an eye test, in my mind, Andre Fili's the better striker.
Yeah, I think the other aspect is C-Rod is facing all one-dimensional type of guys, and he's missing weight in some of those matchups too. Rosas, Dolgarian, Bashi, like he puts up these crazy differentials in fights where they literally don't have any defense, no offensive striking to threaten him. And once he rides out the takedowns and survives submission attempts, he's looking good. Now, Fili, I do like that he works in his takedowns. And C-Rod, it will get sketchy. He uses the threat of the front choke. It's just the size differential, the reach disadvantage. Like Mel Costa could match up to Andre Fili in that regard. And when fishing for a guillotine from half guard, yeah, I think it's easier to kind of sink it in. The question is this Fili's like last run? Because if he put down his gloves in the octagon after getting tapped out here, would you be shocked? If he was calling it?
At 35, yeah, I would be a little surprised.
Fair enough. Well, fight for the honor of your newest daughter. It didn't work so well last time at home. Maybe in the Apex without the crowd, we see less of the mental lapse. I do like, also looking like C-Rod does not have a knockdown in the UFC. So one of the things that Fili's had trouble with, like guys like Dan Ige, Nathaniel Wood, guys that have real power and can throw in combination and also can match the reach. These are real problems for Fili. I don't think he runs into as many of those problems here in Costa. He wasn't really having a problem in the striking department, Andre Fili, in that fight. In fact, I lied to you. He was getting kicked up a storm. But C-Rod doesn't really offer that type of variety. So we'll see. Yeah, 14 out of 18 leg kicks.
All right, let's move on, TB.
It's a Fili bet. It's a Fili bet.
It's dog or pass. Let's move on. Jesus
We've got
Christ.
Miles Chapo Johns plus 260 versus Gene Matsumoto Motors. He's like Mitsubishi, but even better. They've upgraded. Chapo Johns plus 260. Matsumoto minus 325. Yeah, I'm curious because Johns, if he was on the good stuff and he had the cardio, yeah, maybe he could put on a wrestling performance here. Maybe he could land a big power shot. Matsumoto is just going to overwhelm this guy. Pace, striking to all three levels, even the ability to mix in his own takedowns when he needs to. Matsumoto, he really is one of these special up-and-comers from an all-around fighting perspective. Rob Font, it was one fake glove touch away from being a unanimous decision for Gene Matsumoto. Rob Font jumps the kid early. Did you watch round one? Did you watch how the fight started? Rob Font hurts him early. Immediately, he goes for a glove touch and then sucker punches him. So that right there wins him round one on two of the scorecards. The other scorecard, Matsumoto wins round one. Then it's 1-1 in the other two rounds. It's super close against a guy like Rob Font. Clear step down in Miles Chapo Johns. The cardio, not going to be good enough here. And even if he does have some success, I don't see him doing it in 2 out of 3 rounds. Matsumoto, put him in the make the bookies pay parlay. I also think a round 2, round 3 finish could be extremely sexual. Don't tell grandma what you're doing, but go take a trip to her house. Guru, what do you got?
Jesus, I don't even know what to say to you. First off, there's only one motor in the UFC, and that's Muhammad Usman. So he's got the motor.
Yeah, he just beat Hammer Tits Hamdi, so pretty sick.
He did not win that fight. That's some bullshit.
What else? What were my other transgressions here? I need to know.
I don't know. Just being fucking TB. And not, and not FTB, but fucking TB.
That's
so honestly, Gene Matsumoto, welcome to the Make the Bookies Pay parlay this week. I absolutely think you get it done. I absolutely think you can get it done any which way. I kind of lean round 3 decision, which is like my well. Are you all right over there?
Yeah, saying welcome to the danger zone.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I hear whispering in my ear and it's fucking weird. So, yeah, I'm trying to pull up the price here. I clicked the wrong fight. Round 3 decision over on FanDuel is fuck my life. Here it is. Wow. That's awful. Not playing that. It's minus 155. Okay, let's pivot. I think you have to bet round 2, round 3 sprinkles. That's pretty much it. Yeah, you've got, oh my God. Round 2, round 3 KO Gene Matsumoto plus 1,600. Round 2, round 3 sub Matsumoto plus 1,000.
You know what's even better? I know you didn't listen to my breakdown and you got to the same props. That's amazing.
No, I know. But we talked about the fights already. So like,
oh my God. So you listened at some point.
No, it's in my notes. If you look at my notes, that's what I wrote. Really? Because when I scroll down to your notes, yours aren't filled out, but mine are, and they've been filled out since Monday. So anyway, actually since Sunday. So yeah, fight. I put Matsumoto round 2, round 3. Honestly, that's probably why. I mean, let me just look at those real quick. Why would I have to pick a round? You know what I'm saying? Why would I have to pick it when I could just do it by round? Matsumoto round 2. Yeah, it's way better. Matsumoto round 2 is plus 1,100, and Matsumoto round 3 is plus 1,400. You absolutely have to sprinkle on those. We're going to grandma's house. We're got to get the kiss on the cheek. We got to eat some crappy food.
Grandma knows how to throw it down.
Wait there and eat like gross hard candy. Grace. Oh, okay. That's fair. My grandma did not know how to throw it down, so that's my own childhood stuff. So, yeah. All right. So we're going to grandma's house. Yeah, grandma's house we go. Let's move on.
No, finesse.
Yeah, no, of course. I meant move on from my trauma.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. Let's go to grandma's, I guess. Yeah, I mean, listen, before the show, I was on the phone with the accountant. You know, I was like, listen, how much fucking money can I get out the bank so I can put it on fucking John Matsumoto? Fuck Miles Johns. I fucking hate him. In the cage, right? He could be a nice guy outside the cage. You could be a great dad, all that. Inside the cage, you go, fuck yourself. I hate you. I hate your face. I hate that fucking beard that's on that fucking ugly ass face. Okay. I hate everything about Miles Johns. He's a fucking weasel. I hate him. I've lost money trying to fade him.
All right. So who did you bet and lose money on against him that you're upset?
I'll tell you right now. Hold on. Because yeah, it's very tilting. It's just so tilting losing money, fading Miles Johns. Cody Gibson fight.
Oh.
And I want to say it was either the Morales or the Douglas fight. One of those two. We've made some money fading them. We've lost more money fading them because obviously it's at stupid prices. But yeah, I mean, moral of the story is fuck Miles Johns. I completely agree. Round 2, round 3 must sprinkle. I'm debating laying this shit straight. I don't give a fuck. You know, the books are highly favoring this fight to go, and like I could see it because Miles is such like a weasel, and he's just like a survivor and shit, just somehow surviving with that bold ass fucking head. But like John, I think John has holes in his game. He's super young. I think there's room to develop. But I think he has all the skills, man, to be special and to do a lot of damage in his division. So, you know, of course, I don't love to take one to give one and your face being bloody or, you know, all bloody and shit like that. But it's going to grow every fight. I think this is a great matchup for him. Just another stepping stool added to your resume. So, yeah, John by however he wants. Usually, you know, when Miles is death gassing after 6 or 7 minutes, he's shooting sloppy takedowns. When he's getting hurt, he's shooting sloppy takedowns. And Jean can definitely threaten something, you know, some type of front choke series or whatever. So, yeah, but it can easily be a KO. So I love just the round 2, just the round 3 numbers. So yeah, in short, fuck Miles Johns. I'm debating laying it straight, and yeah, John by however he wants.
He's definitely in the parlay. So put him in. Make the bookies pay.
Got to make him pay. All right, and we got to make you guys pay for suffering and listening to me for the next 15 to 20 seconds. Asking, please like the show. If you haven't already, it would be messed up if you didn't throw a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Recently broke 800. Shout out to an amazing time on Clint's show earlier this week. If you're here from Clint's show, thanks so much for stopping in tonight. And yeah, let's keep it cooking, baby. Throw us some money if you want to see us dance. All right, we're going on. We've got your boy, Eryk Anders, plus 410. We've got Christian Leroy Duncan, CLD, minus 550. Leroy Duncan. Oh, boy. Plus 410 for Eryk Anders. He used to be a football player. I think his upside is clinch push, run into Duncan face first. throw him into the fence and just hold him there. Like that is his winning upside. I don't really see much more for Anders where he has an advantage in the fight. Maybe like top time wrestling. It's just I don't think it's easy to get, Duncan to that type of position. So yeah, I think Anders one path, not something I'm taking at plus 410. Duncan minus 550. I think the over 2.5 minus 188. Let's take it a step further to the fight goes the distance. That bad boy. But I mean, we're getting closer to even money. It's just not quite there. So it's like, do you want to go with
best price is minus 130 on Caesars.
That's not bad because like Duncan decision is minus 115 on DraftKings. That's terrible.
I'm actually going to play minus 130 here because the entire market is minus 150, minus 160. So I'm going to go play that.
The downside is if Duncan just gets absolutely flatlined early, but we're covering all of Anders' upside.
No, Anders is retiring. He's retiring. He's washed. The last time he knocked somebody out, that's not Chris Weidman, which is fucking ridiculous, right? When was the last time he knocked somebody out? Kyle Dawkins, ground and pound round.
Well, I was saying unless Anders gets knocked out early because his win upside is just a decision. So unless Anders gets knocked out early.
He's knocked out once in his entire career. I don't think he's
knocked down by Jamie Pickett. Not ideal.
That was bad. That was really bad.
Leroy probably a little bit better than him. So that's where I get scared. It's not like the best bet of a lifetime, but do I need to taste it?
I'm tasting it. I'm playing at minus 130. I'm putting to win a unit. Hey, yo, I need a taste it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, taste you feel me?
He said, "Oh, I gotta taste it."
Oh, I gotta taste it.
Yeah, welcome to the full guru experience. We made it.
Oh, I gotta taste it. All right, I just tasted it. I just tasted it, and it tastes good.
Oh my god! All right, please save us. FTB, what you got cooking?
He's never coming back, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, he is never coming back.
I need a moment of silence. This man just slurped live on YouTube. It's crazy.
Yeah, we just lost 100 subscribers.
Wait till you see what I do not on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm not paying for that. But yeah, I mean, I would largely agree. I think COD gets, a lot of like unjust flack. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, if you want to be just a dickhead, I guess, you can poke holes in the resume. Oh, he didn't finish Pulayev and he's playing with his food and, this and that. Oh, he's a pretty striker. I think he's extremely talented, man. Extremely explosive, extremely athletic, very, very fast. Movement is out of this world for this division. Devastating straight punches, really lethal kicks, good takedown defense too. I think he's gotten a bit better and just hanging out, back against the cage. I think one of you guys mentioned that that's some equity for Anders, and I do agree. I think he's gotten a bit better, being urgent, getting off the cage and kind of working to the middle and shit like that, which you're going to have to do, small octagon in Vegas. So we're going to have to see some urgency, get the fuck off the cage. But, I mean, the speed difference is going to be fucking crazy, man. It's going to be like a son and his father playing together, It's going to be ridiculous. So it's hard for me to see at some point, right? Like, I know he has some KOs and shit like that, but, doesn't CLD just seem like the kind of guy to read the comments, I think he's that type of guy. I think at some point he's going to, take some offense to people calling him, pillow-fisted and playing with his food. So, Eryk,
he's British. He's British. He's from Cage Warriors. I'm surprised he's even, fights as good as he does on some level.
Yeah, the bald head tells me anxiety. I just... exudes anxiety. So, but yeah, I mean, it's like
we haven't seen your hair, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, nothing special. But yeah, I mean, long story short, I don't want to be too long-winded. He's minus 600. I think the KO or points double chance minus 440. I think that's a little bit more easily digestible number than minus 650 to parlay or something like that. So that's probably what I lean. I'm going to play some KO props too. It's hard for me to believe that COD is not going to land his best shots, eat him up in the fucking clinch. Anders is going to want to push forward and going to get in the clinch. I don't think that's a good game plan in this fight. I think he's going to eat him up with the knees, eat him up with the elbows. I know the on paper it says he's been knocked out, only one time, but very badly hurt in 3 straight fights, including by Chris fucking Weidman, who is a carcass. So prime spot for COD in my opinion. So yes, I will be parlaying him and his bald fucking head, and I'll play some KO props too.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I really don't see how he gives this one up in actuality. Juice box, just like this whole card. Julius Walker, welcome to the juice box. We're minus 650 versus Raffael Cerqueira, the Lion. I don't believe that nickname. It's unfortunate he's getting stripped of the nickname live on air tonight after watching his first 2 UFC fights. He is no longer the Lion. Yeah, it's sad. He's going to be, we'll just call him like the sad giraffe because he's got tall man's defense. He's just going to shell up and like fall over backwards. Tall man going down.
Pretty good, TV.
Yeah, not bad, right? I think, the hunter becomes the hunted. Cerqueira, once he started fighting people that weren't not allowed to, like, none of his fights are on full video. Like, he wasn't allowed to fight guys on like real cameras for the entirety of his regional career. And for that reason, I got tricked into it. A little flash of this, a flash of that. But the truth is, he just doesn't want to partake in a real fight when the person on the other side has something coming back for him. He wants to stay safe, kick from the outside, do fun spinning stuff, just kind of cover up when you start landing on him, wait to circle out, and stay comfortable. Julius, like, we've seen it on the regional scene. We've seen it against Alonzo Menafield. Like, he's going to bring chaos. Alonzo Menafield does not like to fight. He likes to just kind of have, like, boring matchups. Walker pushes him to the limit, and it's a fun fight. He does have his misgivings. He has his mistakes, but the guy's got some dog in him, and that right there, that is enough to beat Raffael Cerqueira in the Lord's year of 2025 and heretofore. So, Guru, I'm taking Julius round 1. It might even be under 2.5 minutes. What do you got going?
In this fucking shit, the same thing. I mean, yeah, Julius Walker needs to get it done fairly quickly. He talked with our boy Clint, right? And he said, bet that knockout, bet that round 1. So, I mean, what's the round 1, round 2 KO? Is that on FanDuel over there?
I haven't.
Is that possible?
There yet.
But yeah, I mean, there's really not much to say or see in this fight. Julius Walker getting
minus 140 on FanDuel.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's pretty awful. You could probably parlay it in some dumb grandma's couch cushion parlay. But he's gonna do it because Raffael Cerqueira doesn't belong, and Julius Walker, while he probably doesn't belong, he could contend with the bottom feeders in the division. Why not? Yeah, right. FTB, like there's not really too much here, right?
Yeah, I mean, I just think Walker's completely unproven, so, he should do this and should do that. There's nothing on tape that I can point to be like, hey, like he's going to, be dominant in UFC fight. So I don't want to give him too much slack. I know people are going to shit on him all crazy for the Menafield fight, but extremely short notice. Came in, if you look at him now and you look at him before that fight, was clearly a little bit out of shape for that fight. But I agree, got the dogs in his chest, and I don't think he's that good, and now he's minus 700 in a UFC fight. It's kind of crazy to me, but complete pass. Julius should get it done. The books are making it very, very tough to play anything. Round 1 KO by itself is plus 145. It's like I'm not interested, even if it's probably gonna be what happens.
Even if there's a fire, I'm not interested.
I would agree. That's kind of sketchy, but you gotta love it. Like it's everybody knows what's gonna happen, and will there be something that happens that we all end up disappointed? I hope not. I hope we get to see violence, but
he's being priced like he's fucking Ngannou. Like, and I just can't. I can't.
Hell yeah. All right, beautiful. Yeah, it seems that should be an easy one. If not, Julius has got some soul searching to do. All right, this will be Swift. We've got Elijah Swift Smith, not DeAndre, minus 700 versus Toshiomi Tornado Kazama plus 500. The over 1.5 is plus 120. So they think this thing just like some of these other fights, is happening fast and furious. Tokyo Drift. Toshiomi Kazama, he's going to come in tornado style. I mean, this dude just runs into the pocket looking for action, and he generally just accepts it right on the face. Like, he's just going to get smacked by counter punches. Guru, you go ahead. How does he typically get finished with Toshiomi Kazama? What type of punches?
Oh my God, that's really, really go check out the Tapology. It's just so funny. You look at the start of his UFC career here, right? Rinya Nakamura, 33 seconds in round 1, straight left. Garrett Armfield, 4 minutes 16 seconds round 1, straight right. He's walking, he's running into these punches, guys. He doesn't give it. They're not hooks. It's not an uppercut. This is straight punch out like a light. And then, guys, forget the Charlampoulos fight, which is fucking ridiculous.
It was hilarious.
Ridiculous. He's 1-3 in his last 4. So he's 2-3 in his last 5. He loses to Soji Saito round 2, 6 seconds in, flying knee. He's not seeing these fucking punches coming. He's running into shit. I'm telling you, Elijah Smith, who didn't finish who that we're going to knock him for? Vince Morales, who, okay, say what you want about the guy, tough as fucking nails. And then you've got Aaron Tao, the Maui dude with the fucking tattoos all over his face. You didn't finish him? Okay, he's fucking crazy. Probably smashes his head into coconuts all fucking day. You're not knocking him out. So Elijah Smith, round 1, round 2, and round 1, round 2 KO. I haven't looked it up. Gonna look it up now. That's the bet. Gotta be. Where are we at? FTB?
Round 1, round 2 KO minus 135.
You like that, or?
Well, I was just giving you the price.
Oh, I appreciate it. You're faster than even TB. So FTB, I'm going FTB.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's just another fight where the books are making it very hard for me. And at the end of the day, these are bantamweight fighters. So yes, you know, Kazama's style brings that inherent volatility, and Elijah can definitely dust them early. But it's just, again, like I just think it's a prove spot. You know, at minus 700, that's, you know, you being priced like Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? And that's a very large implied probability. So yeah, I'm not. The books are making it very hard for me not to look at least peek at some overs. You know, like fight to start round 2. It's not really, but even that's pretty telling. It's minus 160 fight to start round 2. You know, over 1.5 is like plus 110, plus 115. Like I'm being forced to at least be interested in those prices. Like I think Elijah can definitely hit him with his best shots, and Kazama's a very bad striker, very bad striking defense. But maybe we get some wrestling, grappling. Maybe we get some cage pushing round 1. You know, melt some minutes off the clock. I just want Elijah to keep proving it to me. You know, if he knocks this motherfucker's head off his, you know, face off his face in round 1, then okay, you know, I'll put that in the memory bank and we move the fuck on. But yeah, just not interested. Elijah Smith should win. I'm not interested.
I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, I don't know. Does he make the parlay, Guru? Minus 700.
Yeah, but he's not going to lose, so why not?
Yeah, that's fair. And same with Julius.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I mean, this week's going to be terrible. If we're going to have one parlay, it's going to have a few legs here because the prices suck. So we got to squeeze it for all it's worth. All right, we're moving on. We've got La Pantera, Joselyne Edwards, minus 325. Back up the dump trucks. We've got Priscila Cachoeira, Zombie Girl, plus 260. Over 2.5, minus 215. The under 2.5, plus 165. A couple interesting factors. I think Cachoeira is a heavy swinger, but she's a wild swinger. And that's going to leave her in a lot of danger in multiple ways. Edwards kicks. She could leave her destabilized trying to enter in, hurt the calf a bunch. She could land, you know, some solid counters on the feet. Like Edwards, she's going to have big reach advantage, like 4 or 5 inches. She has a 1-inch height advantage. She throws a more diverse style of striking, and she's also got a little bit of top time in the back pocket. I don't think she has real finishing upside. Like, I think Cachoeira, she's only really lost by finish to way better finishers and way tougher grapplers. Edwards, she's still rounding out her game, and I think we saw like a great performance in her last matchup. But Cachoeira won't just melt like that in a firefight on the feet, like a Chelsea Chandler does. Like Edwards, she's going to need to earn it. I don't think she earns the finish. Edwards and by decision. Edwards round 3 decision, probably not getting you enough of a good price. But that's where I'll play this week. Guru, what are you thinking?
Priscila Cachoeira has zero chance in this fight. I just don't. When have we even seen Joselyne Edwards hurt? She's so tough and she's so physical. She's the better striker. She's bigger. She can mix it up with the wrestling. She's got decent enough top control even. Smash spot. So she's in the parlay too.
All right, we're getting the cook territory. Everybody's like 0% chance. Like we're all on it. Like I don't like that at all. And then we couldn't find a better picture of my girl Joselyne, man. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, it's rough work. That's like cartel vibes.
Bro, why does that even exist? She gotta call somebody and get that shit, white.
It's the best they offered me.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about WMMA top of the card. This is one I'm gonna be, painfully over invested in my opinion. I agree. I mean, it should be easy to work for Joselyne, man. It's gonna be so public and everybody's gonna be on it, but hopefully it doesn't fuck us and it's WMMA and yes, there's ways this fight can play out close. I'm not betting Joselyne at this price for it to be a 15-minute kickboxing fight, but even in that fight, Joselyne can for sure win a fight like that, land the better punches, throw more straight punches, eat her calf up. She doesn't defend leg kicks at all, and just kind of win a striking fight. But again, that's not why I'm betting her. I think the wrestling is just the easy button. You know what I'm saying? Like they used to sell at fucking Staples and shit, just the red easy button. Takedowns should be easy. She should be able to get to the body, no problem. She's going to be much bigger, much more physical. And that's why I think she's being priced this way. She can easily look minus 400, minus 500 if she gets that wrestling grappling going. And if I think she's going to be in dominant positions, I think a finish is likely. It's not going to hit, but I'm going to bet Joselyne by sub, plus 450. Again, not going to hit. I'm going to bet it anyways. Probably in 2-3 as Priscila starts to slow down. Priscilla's not going to give up on herself. We've seen her easily out grappled and just kind of just get her lunch fucking taken and shit like that. But still, she's not going to give up on herself. She's not going to quit and wilt. She's fucking zombie girl. You know what I'm saying? So I give her that respect. And yeah, the price may look a little crazy, on the surface, but like I said, Joselyne, there's so many ways to cover this price. So I don't know how I'll be playing her. I think she could win by all 3 methods. So probably just a straight parlay piece. I think we'll get to I just kind of want to parlay the WMMA together. So just lump the pain in together, and hopefully that's the only thing that doesn't hit. But yeah, I like Joselyne a lot, way too much. So yeah.
Very nice. I will say the decision at plus 115 on FanDuel, Guru's favorite adjective, it titillated me. I'm interested. Women's big favorite to win by decision. You get them plus money. You don't typically get that opportunity.
Yeah, wait, why is it plus money by decision?
Yeah, I just put a unit on it. But I agree, if it was going to happen, round 2, round 3 sub, I think that's more likely than the knockout. So that is a good look in that case. Like, if Cachoeira's that cooked, like, if Edwards has really leveled up her game to that extent, like we just saw it, but I think Cachoeira is just a slight level above Tamira's. But I know you said you're going to lose it. So
what price did you get, TB?
Plus 115.
Where, on FanDuel?
Yeah, on Pickett it says plus 110 Fanatics, but it doesn't have all the books. Yeah, I know the deal. I'm actually doing okay these days. Thank you very much. I know, right?
You've stepped it up. Call me Owen Wilson because wow.
Nice.
Wow.
All right, we've got somebody call the doctor. We've got Uros Medic, the doctor, the medic, versus RGV bad boy, the Rio Grande Valley bad boy, Gilbert Urbina, the Rio Grande Valley bad chin, bad striking defense. And that could play a factor in this fight. But what could also play a factor is we might need a medic for how bad Uros could end up looking if this fight hits the mat for an extended period. I get really nervous. Urbina has the height, he has the reach. He's also got zero defense or ability to use the height and reach advantage. So Medic, he's a better striker. Puna Soriano, compact, explosive, early finishing potential all throughout his career. Finally made the move down to 170 and looked phenomenal doing so. And he would have had the wrestling upside too. So I know it, we want to take away a lot from Uros for that one, but I think, Puna is way better than Urbina. So Medic should be okay. I'm not necessarily trying to find out, given that the deficiency of Medic is one of the strengths of Urbina. So
I mean, it's dog or pass, and I mean dog or pass. And again, and I ask this not rhetorically. If anybody has an answer out there, please tell me. What the fuck is going on with Uros Medic? Right? So he's supposed to fight Chaos Williams in June and pulls out. Why? What happened? Anybody know? I don't. Some sort of injury? I'm just not sure, right? And again, he's getting knocked out by a guy in Puna who, have we not even seen him since? We haven't seen him since. The guy that gets knocked out is back faster than the guy that won by knockout. Did they even just not re-sign him after that? Like, I don't know what's happening there. So that's confusing within itself. Puna Heli Soriano had only knocked out Dalcha Lugambula and Dusko to do. Oh, wow. He had a couple. But it's Dusko, Dalcha, and Oscar Pichota. That is really, really, really bad fighters. So to get knocked out by Puna is, I don't care. It's not great. It's a bad look. So the grappling takedowns is a problem. The fact that he's been finished in all three of his losses is a problem. So, like, I'm just not, there's no way I'm playing him. It's just not happening. So, and honestly, I would think Uros Medic versus Charles Radke or Uros Medic versus Brian Battle would be fairly competitive, if not, Brian Battle winning and a decently competitive fight with Radke. So, no, dog or pass.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I agree. It's like, if I'm laying minus 450, I want you to smash. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want very little question marks, very little variance. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're looking for you to dominate. And like, yes, I think Uros is going to knock him the fuck out. But if he doesn't, that's the whole point. I don't want there to be any ifs. You know what I'm saying? I don't want there to be any ifs. And now coming off a knockout, you guys, laid it out pretty well. Coming off a knockout, grappling deficiencies in his game at some points. I think the frontline takedown defense is okay. I think the get up game is okay, but just the urgency is inconsistent. And again, these are the things I hate, laying this price. So, if you're starving for action, Uros, however the fuck you say it, KO points is minus 260. Again, a lot more digestible of a price than minus 450, minus 500, but it's just a pass for me. Like I said, I mean, Uros should get it done, but what am I going to play a minus 200 KO prop? Like, yeah, no, thank you. I can see a world where Gilbert tries to extend the fight, sniff his crotch, and then all of a sudden we're around 2, so I don't want to just bank on around 1 KO. So, pick is going to be Medic, but no action for me.
That's a good call. He is not make the bookies pay parlay, and I am not taking the dog shot, so I will just pass on this one altogether. I think that's the best idea. We've got Gabriela Hernandez, Gabby, versus Julia Dark and Stormy Stolyarenko, plus 330. It was a dark and stormy night. You met her in an alley, and next thing you know, it was a round 1 armbar. That's truly... We talked about a singular path to victory for Eryk Anders. There's a singular path to victory for Julia Stolyarenko. Guru, what was the stat on the arm bars, the finishes? What does Julia got for us?
Julia Stolyarenko has 10, count them, like your fingers, right? She has 10 round 1 sub armbar victories in her career. 11 total. She has 11 wins in her career. like, I mean, how is that even possible? So she is literally round 1 armbar or bust. So Gabby Fernandez, welcome to the Make the Bookies Pay parlay. She's not losing here. She's Brazilian and pretty solid. She's gonna kick. Yeah, I would think so.
You're not a little nervous?
No.
I'm like lightly nervous. I think I'm just gonna do a knockout prop for Gabby instead of having her on the parlay. I don't need. I have 6 legs. I don't need a 7th.
What 6 legs?
Oh, I'll give them to you. You just wait. I've already cooked it up.
Well, then
it's gonna be the fucking parlay ever.
Oh, it's
gonna somebody's gonna spoil it.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm not gonna let it be Gabby one way or another. I'm gonna keep her out.
No, it's not Gabby. Yeah. Gabby's fine.
We'll talk about it. Every fight that we've talked about and felt strong.
Gabby is fine.
Gabby knockout plus 175 feels hot to me.
Yeah.
There's probably a better price on FanDuel if I go look.
All right. Let's hear from FTB.
Please. Yeah, F me.
On FanDuel is plus 180, so not that far off. Yeah, I feel very weirdly about this fight, man. I'm kind of with TB. Like, I'm very confident in Gabriella, but I'm also weirdly kind of nervous a bit, and I don't know. Like, I'm trying to evolve and get better as a gambler, and I think a little part of that is trusting the gut a bit more, and just kind of, especially at a price like this, is just kind of learning to kind of just lay off and enjoy fights and this and that. When I have some doubts, and again, at this price, you're not looking for very many doubts. So, the facts are the facts. Gabby has looked absolutely atrocious on her back, right? We do not want to be there, but those facts also need some context. Like Teresa Bleda, say what you want, I don't know if y'all watch streamer, like the streaming world. Y'all heard of Convi, the streamer? Y'all should Google him right now. Convi with a K. Teresa Bleda looks exactly like her. It's crazy. So say what you want about Teresa Bleda. She sucks, this and that. I think she's a decent fighter, and I think she's an even better wrestler. So, to get kind of out physical, then just kind of, laid on like a blanket, okay, right? And then before that was everybody's favorite, JJ. You know what I'm saying? And you don't fuck with JJ. So that's probably like a tailor-made matchup for JJ, right? A striker who is a fish off her back. So, but with that said, it's like, yeah, you guys are 100% right. It's on bar or triangle or nothing, right? She's going to gas in 2-3 and really not offer much, right? I think she's weirdly a little tough, even though the reactions to shots and the body language and the optics aren't always great with Julia. I've seen her eat bombs, like so much damage. Even in the fight where she got finished. What fight was that? I don't have it up in front of me, but
Carolina.
Probably that was the last fight, right? I believe. She takes a lot of damage and then eventually kind of just gets wobbled and gets finished. But I think Gabby's gonna hurt her, man. Like, I think Gabby can do just enough front line. Like I said, Julia's not a dominant wrestler by any means, and a lot of it is, a lot of it isn't just straight doubles and singles and shit like that. She's trying to get to your body. She's trying to trip you or do some fancy shit, and I think that's going to be a little bit tougher on Gabriella. Gabriella is very strong, very physical, which just makes it tougher on a style like Julius. So I think she can do just enough. Floor is fucking lava, but let's say she does end up in the worst possible position, which is on her back. Julia is probably the most submission over position fighter in the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? So she'll sacrifice dominant positions, where you could just ride out the fucking round to try to sell out for the armbar. So that can give openings for Gabriella to kind of get back to her feet. So I think Gabriella is going to survive all the meme and all the bullshit. And I think she's going to fucking hurt her extremely fucking bad. So round 2 KO, round 3 KO, whatever the numbers are, I think they're okay. Give me those. And I'm going to parlay Gabby. Actually, so Gabby KO or points is minus 180 on FanDuel. Like, I think that's very, like, if the money on is minus 425, like I would put that minus 250, minus 300, KO or points. I don't know how much sub equity she has in this fight. So I'm thinking about playing that straight, KO points, definitely sprinkling the 2-3 KOs. This is what I said, like all 3 WMMA fights.
I love the 2-3. I love the 2-3
Yeah.
KO, dude.
Yeah, I like it.
Love
I like it a lot.
that. I love that a lot, man. Seriously.
I went ahead and found
that's the grandma's couch cushion.
The knockout itself was plus 200 on Hard Rock instead of the plus 180 on FanDuel. Yeah, but also knowing which fight was it before we move on? It was the Chelsea Chandler fight, right? Wasn't that a round 1 pound out? So I could see things happening.
You'd pound out Chelsea Chandler in 1 round. Don't deny it.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, I think opportunity could arise. It might not.
Chelsea would have her way with both of y'all. Me probably too.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. Chelsea,
difference is TV would like
she's
it.
corn fed.
Yeah, she's taking what she wants for sure.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I stand no chance. All right, we made it. Just what the people wanted. Listen, we have all these amazing fights. We need a fight that's less than minus 200. Great. We got Cody. Watch the back of the head, Brundage. You better not hit it. You're going to get DQ'd. You're going to get no contest. Versus Eryk, Professor McGonagall, Mechanico. This is going to be a crazy matchup. I truly don't feel like I have the best read, and nobody should, right? This fight is crazy. Why is it happening? Why did it get added this week? Why is it at 205? Cody Brundage, my question for you, are you going to turtle up and let him try to hit the back of your head? It hasn't worked out for you so far in the UFC. Well, wait. Actually, it has. He's gotten a round 1 knockout win. DQ. Mechanico, his issue in the last fight, facing a guy like Ruzaboyev, short notice, I think, coming up off of the regional scene.
You mean Little Ruzy Vert?
Little Ruzy Vert, Black himself. His own nickname, not mine, I promise. Little Ruzy Vert was mine. But plus 124 for Mechanico in this spot. Like, you'd think that he's going to at least have an easier time now that he's settled in. He's had that one matchup. Now he's got the 5-inch reach advantage. Same height as Brundage. If he ends up in top position, Brundage does not do well from bottom. But Brundage also has great offensive skills, a crazy overhand right. He can land power with a hook. He can land a nice double leg takedown. He can get ground and pound from top. He can also jump ghillie, but that's a lot of things he does well offensively. I hate him defensively.
If anybody bets this fight, I have a number for you. It's called 1-800-GAMBLER. Like,
yeah, I'm good on this.
Why? How and why? If anything, I just lean the dog. Like, otherwise, or you're going to grandma for Cody Brundage round 1 KO or something. Jesus. Like, it's just not right. Like, it's just not happening.
Yeah,
it's just not happening. Mechanico probably, like, the sum of all his parts probably add up to a little bit more than Brundage. It's just that he's also fucking 35. So, but he doesn't have to cut, but he also doesn't have to cut weight. So it's just like, no. FTB, for the final time tonight, please, do you have a strong read or opinion here, or are you like us?
Fuck no. Like, if you're betting this fight, I got a fucking island on Egypt. I want to fucking sell you for a good price. It's like everything on paper, everything that makes any type of sense leans to Brundage. This should be a dub for Brundage, and the power, the offensive wrestling, the fucking UFC experience, the overall experience, the age, just everything you look at is on the Brundage side. But it's Cody fucking Brundage. We talked about Miles Johnson, about me hating him. Cody's at the top of that list. Like, there's 2 guys I really fucking hate in the UFC, and Cody's at the top of that fucking list. Again, only inside the octagon. Outside the octagon, he might maybe a perfectly good gentleman, but inside the octagon, I fucking hate him. He's a quitter. He's a fucking actor. He's the most untrustworthy fighter I've ever fucking seen in my life. So, and now he's minus 170, minus 180, still climbing. It's like, yeah, he should get it done, but you won't catch me fucking dead betting Cody at juice. That is just, I don't know. Listen, to each his own, but I will be betting Cody round 1. I will be betting that probably if I get a good price, but no, thank you.
Excellent. We did it, boys. We did it.
It was fantastic. Thank you so much to the TB, apparently the alter ego, FTB, because Guru always is thinking F me, like FTB, that we just needed to have a guest that brought that same energy. So honestly, absolutely great time. Love the insight. Had a banger of a show for what should be a pretty fun card. I think there's a lot of scheduled violence, getting some plays up. It'll be a good time. Now, this is what the people waited for. The Guru asked me, wait, you have a 6-leg parlay? Why, yes, I do. We're going to make the bookies pay. And if you go on over to Bet365, you'll get the best line at plus 245 with the boosty. We've got Joselyne Edwards, Elijah Smith, Julius Walker, Christian, Leroy Duncan.
I don't want Julius Walker in there. I'd rather have Gabby Fernandez.
And then John Matsumoto and Steven Erceg. That's the TB version.
I like them all. I do like them all.
It was if you wanted to add Gabby or not. I'm choosing not. But what I did do was the knockout prop, plus 200. So as far as we've got the dog of the week, not sponsored this week, never too late to do so, but going to go with Andre Fili. And the Make the Bookies Pay, 6 legs. You better follow us, Bet MMA, pick it if you want to get the goods. So the Guru's, he wants a lucky number 7. We'll see if it happens. Before we let him do the proper outro of a lifetime, FTB for the final time tonight, but hopefully not, all together. What do you got to tell the people? We'd love to have you back.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys for having me. It was fun. Good luck on Saturday to you guys, everybody watching, and looking forward to it. Thank you for having me.
Dude, seriously, thanks so much for pulling up on short notice. We really, really appreciate it. It was long overdue anyway. So seriously, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us. Guys, everybody in the chat, hey, former Mexican, good to see you. Daz, Elijah Juan, Rob Thomas, everybody in the chat. Seriously, thanks so much for being here. We love you guys. Be sure to be here next week. Card of the motherfucking year. And I am not joking. UFC 319 is going to be absolutely fucking epic. I cannot wait for it. Really, really, really exciting. DDP Chimaev. Especially interested. I got Chimaev plus 800 to be champ at the end of the year. Still considering whether I need to bet Drickus or not. Lots and lots of things to consider. So make sure you tune in next week to find out. Make sure you're following FTB over on Twitter. Make sure you're following TB Scouting MMA over on Twitter, Pickett, Instagram, Tapology, and BetMMA. And you can follow me, the Guru Scouting MMA, over on Twitter, Pickett, Instagram, Tapology, Verdict, and BetMMA. Be back next week. Take care and be safe out there. Let's make some money.